Giving us 4 hours. We ain't got to go in, so they're giving us 4 hours, which is cool. I love it. I can't complain. So what's going on, man? I got to come up with a name with the people to subscribe to my show. So I'm gonna say the real ones. The real ones. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be allowing, excuse me, certain shit to irritate me. But I love the people that tap into my show and say, man, don't let the haters and the trolls get under your skin. These haters and trolls are characters, man, and it's pathetic on their part on how they like to tap in people's shows and create bullshit. And I'm not with no bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? People say, don't get people that talk. We shouldn't be. I ain't finna say glorify people that's talking about prison stories, because you can't glorify something that was negative, but you can glorify a whole lot of positivity. You understand what I'm saying? Some of these cats, they're really haters because ain't nobody listening to them, because all they got to serve is negativity. OG Bam is here to serve some positive shit. I don't like being caught up in no negativity shit. I don't like being caught up in controversy. But I will give my opinion if asked. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to belittle anyone on YouTube, but at the same time, I'm not finna allow nobody to belittle me or belittle what I represent. And what I represent is positivity. What I also represent is I'm a non-active gang member that claimed Compton Front Hill, Compton Crip. I used to be CCO. I'm not going to allow people to tell you a lie about CCO or tell you a lie about what Crips did in prison and what they didn't do in prison. If you've never been to prison, how can you possibly know what a Crip did in prison? How could you possibly know what CCOs did in prison? How could you possibly know what Blue Notes did in prison? How could you possibly know what Bloodlines did in prison, the UBNs did in prison? You're only going by what you heard. You from the outside looking in. If you're not in the inside of it, you shouldn't have an opinion of it. Let's stop hating on each other and start congratulating each other. Because my prison stories the only intent for my prison stories is for pure enlightenment for another youngster up under me to never experience what I experienced in life. You understand what I'm saying? Who want to see their child in prison? Who also want to see their child become gang members? And what better person to tell a person not to become a gang member than a non-active gang member or a person that gang bang? You understand what I'm saying? The only person that can be an expert at gang activity is a gang member. If you never gang bang, how can you possibly be an expert at gang activity? Let's keep it 100, man. We sit up, people inquire about rats. Hey, man, I don't know how many times I got to say this. We're all guilty of associating with a rat in some form, shape, or fashion. Whether you're a gang member or whether you're in their life or you're a non-civilian, as people call it. Civilians are rats, too. That's what people need to understand, too. Let's not just pin it on one person or one group of people that they can become rats. If you was a gang member, or if you tell on your homie you're a rat, if you was in the game, you told on your homie. But watch this, man. Let's really keep it 100. How many motherfuckers had major sacks in the neighborhoods, but they wasn't gang members? They utilized the gang for merely one thing, to get their money and for protection. And when they're around other people, yeah, they claim that neighborhood, although they're not from that neighborhood. So this is how we got to understand something. Snitching come in all forms, shapes, and fashions, man. Just like busterism, haterism, realism. It comes in all forms, shapes, and fashions. And we need to start embracing the real and stop embracing the bullshit. Everybody is not a Charleston White on YouTube. Everybody is not a Gunner Collective on YouTube. Everybody is not a Rojo in YouTube. Them dudes is dropouts. When you hear these dudes that sit up and say they set a trend, or it's because of me, people start sagging because that's their name. Keep it 100, man. Sagging was out way before that dude ever had that name called Sag. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going at this dude personally because he goes at me, right? But I will defend Bam. And I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on him. He has nothing to hate on. I'm not a hater. There's nothing another man have in life that I might want to hate on. You understand what I'm saying? I don't like people that inquire about Too Pretty Kenny. I don't like people that say, well, what you think about Kev Mack having Too Pretty Kenny on his podcast and Too Pretty Kenny saying he a rat? In the streets of Compton, Too Pretty Kenny is not known as a rat. I will say this, and I'll tell my big homie this. Too Pretty Kenny, when he tells his stories, he exaggerates a lot. Yet his stories is not lies. He might put a two on something or a 1 on something, but he's not telling a lie. When this dude, Hunted Hands, was asking me in regards to Too Pretty Kenny, it's like he got something against Too Pretty Kenny. And I'm here to tell you that Too Pretty Kenny is my big homie. He been knowing me since I was 13 or 14 years old. When I first put that blue rag in my pocket at the age of 12. You understand what I'm saying? He knew me when I came off the porch and I was performing out there trying to build a name for myself. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not get it twisted, man. That Too Pretty Kenny is a buster, because he's not. He was there when it started. He was in the garage when it was created. So let's not get it twisted like he's some soft-ass dude. And when it come to who my homeboys interview, that's their podcasters, like I'm always telling you. That's their podcasters. And they can interview anybody they choose to interview, man. Watch this. When you consider yourself a journalist, you're like a news media. You're going to give the people what they need to hear, and you got to decipher the real from the fake. It's not on the journalist to decipher the real from the fake. It's on the journalist to present it to you. And then you decipher what's real and what's fake. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, thank you, David. I got you, brother. I don't have no choice but to get that blessing. You understand what I'm saying? Because God is good in my life. You understand what I'm saying? My life has been completely turned around 131%. I no longer think like I used to think. It was a time when motherfuckers would come up in here. Have I ever watch this, man. The first Scottsdale Paru ever ran into was in campaigns with me. Big old dark brother like me. And what made me respect this brother and like this brother, he had a perm down to his shoulders, right? And it was silky. And he was from Scottsdale. Then I ran across a dude named Mighty Mouse. Now, me and Mighty Mouse exchanged words, but we never had a physical contact in Los Angeles Juvenile Hall. And our verbal altercation was this. He was claiming to be Puddin' brother, although Puddin' big brother supposed to be Bodacious. He was like, oh, I'm Puddin' and Bodacious brother. I'm like, no, you can't be Puddin' brother, because I done been in Puddin' house. I done seen his little brother. You understand what I'm saying? See, my big homie, Junkie Fred from On the Pork, had a daughter by Puddin's sister. So I've been in that house, and I was Junkie Fred. And when I found out who house I was in, because I went over there with somebody else. When I found out who house I was in and he walked in there, I'm going to keep it 100. OG Bam shit, bricks, like, damn. I'm in Puddin' from West Side, one of the founders of West Side Paru house. You understand what I'm saying? So it scared me, but he didn't react at me in a negative way. Because his sister, what's up, Boxing Conversation? What's up, Reggie? How you living, brother? I liked it, your podcast. I seen that interview, what you were saying in regards to Alex FG. There's a lot of internal issues with that, right? But when Puddin' came into his house, I knew I was still safe because his sister Tony. See, my big homies, man, when I was going to Centennial, my big homies, Aaron, Ray Miller, Junkie Fred, and them, they messed with a lot of girls in West Side Paru, and them girls, because I was the little homie, all them in the 12th, I'm in the 10th, and I was their favorite little homie. I was like the shortest crip going to Centennial. You understand what I'm saying? Salute to you too, Reg. Listen to what I'm saying. What did you learn from James Miller? What I learned from James Miller was, as long as you represent yourself, can't nobody dispute who you are. You understand what I'm saying? I remember when I first got to Soledad and I beat up a police. A black police came to the hole and gave me some mail. He was working overtime. He said, "What's up, man?" I said, "What's up?" He asked, he said, "You know Big BJ?" I said, "Yeah, I know Big BJ real swell." He said, "Man, we were scared shitless of BJ." And he said, "We knew the first time BJ checked the CO and put hands on the CO that he knew the Crips was going to end up following suit with that." And this is what people need to understand. In California Departments of the Corrections, that was one thing the Crips was known for. We was known for stepping to the police and giving them what the fuck they wanted. If you went in a Crip cell in San Quentin and you did some shit you didn't supposed to do, best believe you got to self-distract the rest of the Crips, because we all finna participate in some drama. You understand what I'm saying? I got caught up in assaults on police that wasn't even Crip business. My first assault on the police was behind a Bay Area cat in Tracy. Me and my homie JoJo ended up assaulting the police, and he laid down. When the police hit the panic button and the alarm went up, that dude laid down. He didn't assist us, but we assisted him. Do that take from up north, brothers? No, man, because I got a lot of love from people from up north. You understand what I'm saying? I was cool like LA, that was Porter Cooney. Frisco Mike, his brother Philmo. You feel what I'm saying? I remember when I came back down from Folsom and hit Tracy, I was in C-Wing, and the police was in there named D-Dot, whatever the fuck his name was. He didn't allow Crips to flag. Well, I come out for dinner that night with about 3 red, blue rags on me, my blue and gray Pennington on, my DCs, my golf cap on. And he was like, "Hey, man, what you doing?" And it was a dude named Slim Guyton out of New Orleans that ran with the Up North cats and a Jama sympathizer. When I say sympathizer, that ain't saying he's weak. That's just who he rolled with. And I heard Slim Guyton say something behind me because I was in front of him. He said, "Man, that must be one of them CCO cats." Because they knew CCOs, we wore red line of DCs, we wore painted pants in the penitentiary, and we conducted ourselves in a different fashion than other Crips. We wasn't with the sagging. We carried ourselves in a neat and in a professional manner, in a gangsterism manner. That's what I'm saying, right? And we was with the drama. If a motherfucker wanted it, we'd bring it to him. Was we bullies? No. Did we step through the drama that needed to be stepped to? Yes, we did. I got 16 people in here and 5 lights. That ain't right, y'all. I need more lights than that, man. Come on, y'all tap in here, man. Subscribe to OG Bam. This realer than TV, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you at all times, no matter what the consequences are. I'm here to keep it 100. Tapping in from Portland, Oregon. That's what I'm talking about. Austin, Texas, he's in the house. Listen to me, man. You get dudes that go to the pen and they make excuses on their behavior because they ain't got it in them to stay down. You got dudes that be in LA County Jail that say, "I can't support my ops because they're my enemies. I shouldn't have to support them." No. If you're a black man, it's your obligation in any jail to support another black man, regardless of what y'all representation is. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't have felt comfortable in my own skin if a SL or a white boy went at a Damu and I wouldn't have did nothing to assist that Damu. That ain't mean I'm supporting bloodism. That mean I'm supporting blackism. You understand what I'm saying? That mean you shouldn't be going at him. He's a black man, so if another race go at him, I got to go at him. I was one of them dudes, man. Listen to me. After about 5 years in prison, I was no longer with the black on black activities in prison, going at each other. But if it happened, because I was a Crip, I had to participate with what the Crips had to be doing. Because I'm a Crip, I represented Crip in prison. Yeah, I was CCO, but always understand CCO mean this, Consolidated Crip Organization. We're not against Crips. Blue Note was not against Crips. We just end up going at each other based on manipulation from haters, the administration, and all that. You feel me? My brother played baseball with your brother Marvin. Hey, watch this, man. On the Braves, don't say that, man. Because I played for the Yankees at El Segundo Port. That's the major league. And I played for the Giants in the minor league. Each team I was on, we was in first place. They called me the Black Johnny Bench at El Segundo Port. Mr. Troop was my first coach. The bully big brother, Joe James, was my second coach for the Yankees. I was a home run king. I hit home runs, and I gun you down without squatting. I coming out the squat. But listen to me, man. Back to these prison stories. You get dudes come on these podcasts, right? I'm hearing this dude now saying that all OGs, that he got word that all OGs was out of Compton was booty bandits. Now, I don't know why I'm keep addressing this, but I got to. That dude say that because he's a hater, because he want to be more than what the fuck he is. He want to be the ultimate OG, so he want to put smut on the other OGs without, he sending subliminal messages without giving out names, right? So I'm here to tell you, like Kev Mack say, all Crips is not booty bandits. All Bloods is not booty bandits. Homosexuality, you do not discriminate. Everybody in prison got somebody that was a part of that. White boys, Mexicans, blacks. Somebody in each court participated in that. It is my responsibility to tell you what Crip was a booty bandit? No. And I'm not here to assassinate nobody's character, so I'm not going to tell you who was with that. All I can tell you was OG Bam, Compton Front Hood, wasn't with that. OG Bam just stabbed motherfuckers that participated in that. You understand what I'm saying? In prison, man, you got three things: your honor, your pride, and your dignity. If you lose one of them, you become soft, right? But you got these cats from up north, Hispanic, Mahindras type of cats that throw shade and lugs at us, but they never tell you about themselves or what they homies doing. Gunner, Rojas, the dude Dub. Listen to me, man. Them dudes like 5 and 16 years younger than me. Them dudes that didn't have no long run in the penitentiary. Them dudes came in the penitentiary, and after a 3 or 4 year run, they tucked their tail and went to the S&Y yard. So that's telling you they never had it in them to stay down all the time. See, it's a cold thing when it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I know all y'all done heard that, right? And Gunner and Rojo and Dub, it was probably cool when they seen their homies getting stabbed for the shit they was doing fucked up. But when it came their turn to get fucked up, they didn't even want to accept the consequences. They immediately tucked their motherfucking tail and ran to that S&Y yard. But I'm also here to tell you, when you're in a prison gang in prison and you go to the S&Y yard, there's only one way you can go over there. You must debrief. And debriefing is one thing. It's snitching, right? Crips and Bloods could not get an internment shoe because Crips and Bloods is not a prison game. They started giving us internment shoes by saying, because if you had more than 1 or 2 shoes or 3 shoes, now you can get an indeterminate shoe. And the indeterminate shoe was, if I get a 4-year shoe, they're going to give me an extra 6 months in the shoe. And if I program, I come to the main line. You understand what I'm saying? And the main line wasn't where all the drama was at. This is what people don't understand either. When they just say at Folsom and San Quentin, it's the only level foes and the only prison in the departments of corrections, the drama was always in the shoe. It wasn't on the main line. Yeah, the riot might happen on the main line, but the drama comes in the shoe. Because guess what? People is cleaning up their backyards. You look on the Emmy yard, they're cleaning up their backyard. You look on the Blue Note yard, they're cleaning up their backyard. You look on the BL yard, they cleaning up their backyard. You look on the UBN yard, they cleaning up their backyard. You look on the CCO yard, we're cleaning up our backyard. CCOs was the gatekeepers of Crippin in prison when CCO was created. I don't care what nobody else might tell you or might have to say. CCO was the best thing happened for Crippin in the pen, and we was the gatekeeper of Crippism. Did we believe in blackness? Yeah. Did we speak Swahili? Yeah. Did we read black literature? Yeah. But it's a whole lot of brothers that wasn't Crips and Bloods that read black literature in the pen. So do that make them BGFs because they read black literature? Do that make them BGFs because they learned how to speak Swahili? You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Wish I could work OG broken leg. Hey, watch this, man. I wish I could go in today. When the man told me I ain't have to go in, I copped the attitude. I told my nephew, I'm like, shit, I love working. You understand what I'm saying? But understand what I'm saying, man. We can't continue allowing people to come on YouTube and mislead y'all with some false propaganda. You want some truth? Go to Kev Max show. You want some truth? Go to Melly Mel show. You want some truth? Go to Cartoon show. You want some truth? Go to Gangster show. You want some truth? Come to my show. Yeah, we might, and I haven't interviewed nobody yet, but we might interview the wrong person, but don't address another podcast with the questions you need to ask that person. So I can't give you an answer for Too Pretty Kenny's behavior or what he might say or what he might do. I can't give you an answer for that. I can give you an opinion on it, but I can't give you an answer to why he did what he did or why he said what he said. I'm not in a position and I'm not God. I don't know what a person thinks. And this is what people need to start understanding, man. I'm going to relax. I want y'all to tap in tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be on the Postman show. Melly Mel, you understand what I'm saying? Need the truth. Go to Kev Mack, Cartoon Frog, Bam, Skip Melly Mel, and the list go on. And you're absolutely right, right? I'm tired of people asking me about my homie, man. That ain't just my homie. Melly Mel is my brother. If y'all so offended because he interviewed Mob James, why did you tap in to listen to what was being said? You understand what I'm saying? Hey, let's look at ourselves before we look at somebody else. Only reason I got an opinion about Mob James and his situation is because my name was brought in it. FG said, wonder what the Brodies and the Bams got to say about it. Hey, check this out, man. That's Damu business. That ain't Crip business. I'm in the Crip business. I ain't in the Damu business. I ain't in the Jama business. I ain't in the Emma business. I ain't in the NF business. I'm in the Crip business. And with that said, man, Snipe, how you living, man? We all are hearing somebody will say or do something that everyone is not going to agree with. You're absolutely right. And with that said, let me send a shout out to Kev Mack, the Backheads and the Maniacs, and the Postman, OG, and Cartoon. You understand what I'm saying? Tap in tonight at 6 o'clock on the Hood Postman. He's interviewing me. With that said, if ain't nobody told you they love you today, OG Bam, love you. Hit that like and subscribe and support the channel. A dog got an itch, throw a dog a bone. Bottom line, y'all tap into that Melly Mel. And Reds, it's going to be, I'm going to give it to you 100. I ain't finna sugarcoat nothing. Whatever you ask, if I don't like what's being asked, I'm going to say something about it. So y'all tap in tonight and agree with the attitude. With that said, I love you.